Okay, in this video I want to talk about how you can resize images in Preview on the Mac to get them to work with your Greenfoot scenarios. So let's say you're looking for an image of a plane on Google, and I'm going to go to Images. And you notice these planes all have backgrounds, and I really don't want to have a rectangle, you know, a blue rectangle following my airplane around on the screen. So what I'm going to do is look for an image that looks like it might have a transparent background. Now some of these will have a white background. Some of these background will be white, and you'll get a big white rectangle. But this one, let me click on this one and just see. So if I click here, now if you, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but in the background of this airplane, it's like a checker pattern with really light gray squares and white squares, and that means that that behind this airplane there is a square, but it's transparent, it's see-through. So you can place it on your actor in Greenfoot, and that you won't get a white square behind it. You'll just get the airplane. So I'm going to go to View Original Image, and I'm going to hold down the Control key and say Save Image As, and save it to my downloads. And let's see, I'll put it in my, so I have this images project, okay, and in every Greenfoot project that you make, once you find it on your folder, like I have this hockey project, you'll see an images file and a sounds file. So any sounds that you have that go with your project go in the sounds folder, and any images you have with your project go in the images folder. So in my images project, my images version 1 project, I have an images folder and a sounds folder. So I'm going to go to my images folder, and notice I have this blue rock JPEG in here. That's the image for the background in here. In my image world, if I say set image, you can see I have this blue rock JPEG. Okay. So when you pick one of the images, it gets put into your images folder. But also you can move an image into there. So I'm going to go from my downloads folder where I got that airplane, and I'm going to move that into my images folder for my project. And let's see, if I go to Greenfoot and create a plane class, and see there's our image that we just moved into there. Put it there, say OK, compile, and now I create a new plane. Whoa, way too big. That's not going to work for me, right? So I need to resize it. So the first thing I'm going to do before I resize anything, I'm going to quit all the way out of Greenfoot, because Greenfoot can get confused sometimes about when you resize stuff, and just the best first move before you do anything in Preview or anything under the hood, basically, is to quit out of Greenfoot. So I quit out. Then I'm going to just double click on this to open it up into Preview, and now I want to resize it. So I'm going to go to Tools and pick Adjust Size. And you might, right here it says pixels. It's 1304 pixels by 1304. You might see, depending on how your Preview is set up, it might be in inches, it might be in some centimeters or something else. I like to work with pixels because I kind of have an idea of how big I want things to be in Greenfoot. So let's say I wanted it to be say 75 by 75. And notice, because we we have scale proportionally checked here, it when I make the width 75, it makes the height 75. It keeps everything in scale. If the width and height hadn't been the same to begin with, it would still change them, but they'd be proportional. So if it was 200 by 100, and then I change this to 100, this would be changed to 50. So I mean, it'll cut things both in half or both in whatever amount. So I'm going to say OK, just to keep things so it doesn't look weird. Now this looks like it's got super small, but let's see. Let's just quit out for a second here, and if I open it up again, okay, it looks like about that size. Let's see how that looks in our project. So I open up the project again, and I still have my plane object. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's still pointing to this same ping. So let's see if that works. I say new plane and put it on there. Yeah, it works. And you notice because we had the transparent background that there's not a white rectangle behind this airplane. And if you didn't like that size, you could download it again and resize it however you wanted to, or just resize this one. But actually, it's probably best to work with the original, so that you're not losing any resolution. If I wanted to make this bigger, I would probably download the original and resize it to 100 by 100 or whatever I wanted to do. But so that's how you resize things for using Preview for your Greenfoot projects.